Welcome back to special coverage tracking Hurricane Sandy. We are in our 9th hour of continuous coverage of this storm, and our Andy Fox has been on the Outer Banks for several days, and just a few hours ago gave us some incredible pictures of a split at the Avalon Fishing Pier.
A lot's been going on either at the pier and at the ocean front. Damage to the pier, of course, and Route 12, which a lot of folks are counting on to get back and forth. Andy, what's happening right now?
Okay, here's the bottom line. There's been the tide still. See that? You know, you want to come out here and say, you know, the worst is over, you know, that everything's going away, but then you have something like that happen. We do have winds that have really died down. We do have a surf that is going out, but as you and Don and Cheryl, as we look back on what we've seen today, we have seen a lot of damage in Kitty Hawk and Kill Devil Hills, a lot of flooding. We've seen just what can only be described as one of the terrible images of Hurricane Sandy, and that is what we found at the Avalon Fishing Pier. And we were out there. The hurricane not only knocked it and just cut two cuts into it, it really took away what is a landmark because it's continuing to get battered. And we were up on the Avalon Fishing Pier to see exactly firsthand what happened from Hurricane Sandy. This is the power of Hurricane Sandy. The Avalon Fishing Pier breached right there, just cut in half. And then look at this. It's cut in half right here. You can see the surf underneath. It is so powerful that when the waves hit here, the pilings, it just shakes. This is Corey. He's worked here before. Corey, when you saw this, what did you think?
Well, I was devastated. I mean, this is our spot. This is our life. We fish. This is what we do. We come out here. We work to fish. And unfortunately, this is the power of the storm, and this is what it's brought to us right now. And it's just devastating. Make a grown man cry, to tell you the truth. We love this pier. Stuff.
Look out, guys, look out.
Waves are coming.
See, look at this. Look at that. When we were up on the Avalon Fishing Pier, Don and Cheryl, the surf was so pounding that when you were on it, it just shook. And shortly after we got off the fishing pier, we went to a side street, and right before we got there, the end of the fishing pier fell in. And so the entire structure has been undermined. The owner says that he's going to rebuild, but that certainly is one of the big losses from Hurricane Sandy, is the loss of a landmark, the loss of something that was really important to a lot of people who live in Kill Devil Hills and live here on the Outer Banks, and that's the Avalon Fishing Pier. A lot of good folks out there. Corey, we interviewed, said that he taught his kid how to walk on the pier, and they are extremely sad there. They say they're going to rebuild, but at 7:30 this morning, Hurricane Sandy came along and cut two holes in the pier, two breaks in the pier, and then the end ended up going in, and by the end of the day, more of the pier will fall victim to this Hurricane Sandy. A lot of flooding in Kitty Hawk and Kill Devil Hills, and also down in South Nags Head. And as we showed you this morning, a lot of this sea foam, a lot of the flooding, showing you today exactly what happens when you have this ocean overwash, how it cuts through dunes, how it floods the streets, how it causes damage. Water is such a damaging element, and we have seen that firsthand today. Hurricane Sandy. Guys, back to you.
Well, it stood for more than 50 years in one form or another, and hopefully when it's rebuilt, the newer pier will be bigger and better.
Andy Fox, thank you very much.